Welcome to the Do Good Mavericko podcast, episode number 78. Using a personal brand to launch and grow a paid community. When it comes to launching and growing your own paid community, or many other things for that matter, online these days, a personal brand can be super valuable. In this day and age, we are kind of living in an attention economy. Like Grant Cardone says, money follows attention. And in this modern day, it's very much true. And when it comes to a personal brand, it seems like it's becoming becoming just more and more relevant. You know, it's not just about influencers these days. When people talk about influencers, there's usually or there's oftentimes a lot of negative connotations to it. But there's a lot of ways to be an influencer. I mean, there's a lot of ways to be an influencer, and there's also a lot of ways to build and grow your own personal brand, or different categories, niches, different ways to position yourself. But yeah, when it comes to using a personal brand, what if you don't have it? Yeah, you can start, and it's these days it's usually things like posting short form video content on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, maybe Snapchat, those main platforms, but also longer form content on maybe a podcast and or YouTube, and maybe having a blog. I'm absolutely not an expert at it at all, but one thing that's really fascinating to see when it comes to making money online, there's a lot of people that want to make money online, and then they kind of get started with studying online marketing. Maybe they buy a bunch of courses, read some books, and then they kind of get stuck on trying to learn about direct response marketing, online marketing, things like that. And they might spend years trying to learn more. But at the same time, you see someone else like a 19-year-old girl on Instagram making like tens of thousands of dollars per month by promoting a health supplement or an online course, because they have an audience, they have traffic. So once you have a big enough audience, you have a personal brand and a big enough audience, there's a lot of ways you can monetize it. And a paid community is just one of those ways. But yeah, if you are starting from scratch and you want to build your own paid community, of course, depending on the niche or category, but in a lot of cases, building your building your own personal brand and using that to promote your own paid community, it can be a great way to do it. You know, I've heard Russell Brunson talk about it a bunch over the years, where he basically says something like that if you choose one platform, if you were to choose one platform and you created and posted content every single day on that platform for 1 year, you would not have to worry about money for the rest of your life. I think that's a massive overstatement, but at the same time, it's probably true in a lot of cases. You might say, yeah, but if it was that easy, everyone would do it. Oh, no, no, no. Absolutely not. Everyone would not do it because if it was easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not an expert and I've not even done it myself. But if it were that easy, everyone would do it. No, they would not. Because You know, what people can do is amazing, but what people usually do is oftentimes disappointing. You know, there's statistics on podcasts. I guess we should think that something like a podcast, just talking to a camera or just interviewing someone on a camera or on an audio, a recording, and posting it, that's pretty easy. It will be millions of people doing it, and you know, the competition will just be extreme. The thing is, when it comes to podcasts, almost everyone that starts a podcast, they quit after just a few episodes. The statistics for being amongst the top 1% of podcasts in the world, you need 20 episodes. So if you create and post 20 podcast episodes, you are among the top 1% of podcasts in the world, according to what it says on the statistics online. That's pretty wild to think about. So even though something as simple as just recording some videos and posting it, or recording some audio and posting it as podcast episodes, as simple as it sounds, most people quit. Now this might sound negative, but at the same time it's very positive, because oftentimes the competition is a lot less than you think. So yeah. And by the way, when it comes to using a personal brand to launch and grow a paid community, I'm not an expert at it, but a few weeks ago I interviewed an old lady. She's not really that old, but she's a grandmother, and she started her own paid community about 2 years ago. And at the time when she started it, she barely knew what TikTok was. She was like, TikTok? Isn't that some kind of thing that my grandchildren are dancing on or something like that? That was kind of the level that she was at. But she started using mainly TikTok and YouTube. And from the day she launched her paid community, after about 30 days, she was at around $7,000 per month. And after 2 months, she was at about $14,000 per month. I think that was revenue, but $14,000 in revenue, I guess that's about $10,000 in profit after 60 days from starting pretty much from zero, you know. She also uses Facebook and Instagram a little, but mainly, in her case, it was TikTok and YouTube. And she has a concept that she calls 2 hours of money-making activities. So almost every day before noon, she spends about 2 hours, and it's mainly on content creation. She goes live on TikTok and YouTube, and she also films a few short form video clips, and that's roughly it. I think she also answers some messages to her team or something like that. And that's basically all that she had to do per day. Usually she did work more than that, but those 2 hours was kind of the minimum that she had to do. And when a grandmother can do it, I guess you can too. And yeah, I said that after about 2 months, she was making about $14,000 in revenue, probably around $10,000 in profit. But yeah, that was about 2 years ago. Nowadays, she's making, I think it was around $200,000 to $300,000 in profit per month from her paid community. Pretty fascinating. And her personal brand, her posting on social media, was one of the main ways that she launched and growed her paid community. So it's possible. A personal brand. But yeah, another thing that needs to be mentioned when it comes to a personal brand is an email list and a phone number list that you can send SMS text messages to. Once you are building and growing your personal brand through things like a podcast, a blog, social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you should also focus on getting people to sign up to your email list and SMS phone number list, because social media is very brittle. Things can happen. There's a lot of horror stories out there. People that had hundreds of thousands of followers on one or several of these social media platforms, and suddenly just boom, they lost the whole thing. They got shut down. And in a lot of cases, they don't even get a reason for it. They just got shut down and lost their entire account. They try to send in a complaint, but oftentimes they don't even get it back up. They have lost the whole thing. So once you're growing these audiences on these different platforms, in my opinion, you should do it on multiple platforms at the same time, but focus on getting people to sign up to your email list and SMS phone number list as well. Yeah. When it comes to email marketing, it's fascinating. You know, I think that if we look at the short history of the internet, one of the very few things that has consistently been working pretty much since the origin of the internet and all the way up until today, when it comes to making money online, it's email marketing. And the thing is, with an email list, you don't even have to have your own product. Of course, if you have a paid community and also an email list, it's great. Then you can promote your own paid community to your audience on your email list. But you can also promote things. You can also promote offers as an affiliate, where you get paid a commission per sale, things like that. And with an email list as a business model, there's roughly two variables: grow your email list, and secondly, send out emails to your email list. Yeah. When it comes to having a lifestyle business, having an email newsletter can be a brilliant one, as well as a paid community. All right. And by the way, if you want to learn from real life success stories about how to build a paid community that is making at least $10,000 in profit per month, you should check out communitycashcows.com. And who knows, maybe you decide to build your own paid community, and who knows what kind of lifestyle you might have a few months from now if things take off, you know. Anyway, go check it out at communitycashcows.com, because I'm in the process of interviewing at least 30 of these real life success stories about paid communities for terrific30.com. So far, I've interviewed a bunch of them, and it's been mind-boggling. It can be disheartening sometimes when it comes to making money online, because there's a lot of hype out there, and there's a lot of scammy things that are not actually working. But when it comes to paid communities, it's actually a legit opportunity where you can build something that is of tremendous value for the people that you're selling it to, for the members. And at the same time, it can generate a bunch of profits and also help you get a lot of freedom at the same time. Yeah. Communitycashcows.com. All right, take care, and God bless.